storm chaser, Tom Stroud. They're sounding sirens to the north of 21st Street in Tulsa right now. This is for the tornado potential storm that's moving toward Owasso, to be to the northwest side of Catoosa. This is storm chaser photojournalist Tom Stroud. I'm on the tornado that is off of 169. It's 3/4 down, and it is reported to have inflow into it. This is a dangerous storm. You need to take precautions to this storm. This is Tom Stroud. I'm on the wall cloud that's now approaching Owasso off of Highway 69. As you can see, it continues to have a lowering to it, and possible funnels off and on. And there have been funnels reported out of this storm, and there are also amateur radio operator reports of inflow into it. It's a pretty impressive looking cloud right now. You can take a look at it, and I will keep you informed. Stay weather aware, and if you're in the track of this storm, you need to take severe weather precautions. Cloud that it is nearing Highway 169, moving toward Owasso, continues to develop funnels, and there are reports of inflow into this storm and possible debris. If you're in the path of this storm, you need to stay weather aware and take proper precautions if it comes your way. This is Tom Stroud. I'm just to the north of 36th Street. We continue to see a 3/4 down funnel with inflow at times. This storm continues to try to produce tornadoes. It is moving northeast at about 25 miles an hour. Please stay weather aware and prepare to the north side of 266 on Keatonville Road, just maybe a half mile off. A lot of activity down here by utility crews. Fire and rescue is also on scene. They've been doing search and rescue. There's a lot of damage down in this area. I don't have any reports on injuries at this time, but there is structural damage that can be seen. Stand by and I'll try to find out more. This is Tom Stroud. I'm back at the site at north of 266 and Keaton Road, where the major storm come through last night. Extensive damage in this area, structural, housing, a lot of tree damage, a lot of activity around right now, a lot of crews trying to clear trees, things like that. Just morning after the storm. Anyway, covering the event for you, this is Tom Stroud. Mandy Green. And she's a survivor here in Wildwood Edition, is that right?
It's just as Taiwan, it's really call it.
Taiwan, and she's going to tell a short story on her experience last night. Go ahead.
So this is the room that we took cover in. It was me and my 2-year-old Jackson and my 7-year-old Landon, my husband, and my middle son were in Tulsa at baseball practice, and my oldest son was at church, so it was just us, and we actually were in town when I heard the sirens going off and decided we needed to get home as quickly as possible. So I knew that we've always talked about if there were a tornado that this would probably be the best place because it's under the stairs and nothing else around it. And of course it was full of all of our junk, so I had to pull all of it out and put it in a room. And so we stuffed every blanket and pillow and toy, little stuffed animals we could. And I actually wrapped my kids' stuffed animals around their heads because our helmets were in the living room and I didn't want to leave. So, and my phone was at 1%. So the last thing I got a text was it was on Flint Road and coming straight towards you, and then my phone died. So we and I laid on top of them, and it was very hot. We were very sweaty, and the kids were pretty upset, but we were praying, and the kids were singing Jesus Loves Me, and all of a sudden the house started shaking. It was, everyone says it sounds like a train, and it honestly does. It felt like there was a train coming right next to the house, and the walls were shaking, and of course the 7 and 2-year-old are freaking out, not knowing what's going on, and so we heard all the loud noises. I was covering the kids, and you could feel the walls shaking. Of course, there was no electricity, and then it all kind of started dying down. I could still kind of hear things going on outside. I wasn't sure what it was, so we stayed in here, and I still was laying on top of them and holding them, and didn't leave. And my husband walked through the door, and I heard him yell, "Honey, I'm home, it's okay, it's over." And I just never have been more happy to hear his voice. So,
well, we're glad that you're safe and recovering, and I've surveyed their house, and they've got some damage, but it looks like they survived most of the impact.
It's a total blessing, especially when you look at how hard the neighbors were hit, and it just was right here in front of us, and our house is okay, and we're okay, and that's all that matters.
Well, we praise God for that, and I thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you.
It's been an interesting day out here doing damage assessments and talking to tornado survivors. One of the things that comes clear to mind right off is most of the people I talked to felt like this could never happen to them. And I guess that's a good point for all of us to take into account, is that anything can happen and anything can go wrong. In fact, when I talked to Mandy Green, she said just the other day before this happened, she said what else could happen or what else could be worse or go wrong. The next day her house was hit by a tornado. It was a very emotional story talking to her, and also to Stacy and Kevin when they decided that they would just leave the house and not stay at the house. And looking at their house, I would say that was probably the right thing to do. I did ask her about the room that they would normally take shelter in, and it was still intact, and they may have been all right or may not. I won't go there with that. Anyway, I've really had a good time talking to everyone, and I have prayed with them, and I have shared their stories and looked at a lot of damage. After the storm coverage, Tom Stroud, photojournalist and storm chaser.